Welcome to The Daily Show. I'm John Leguizamo, and as a New Yorker and a big fan of this show, I'm so excited to be here hosting this week, and I'm especially glad to be hosting during Hispanic Heritage Month. Come on. No, that was moronic. Come on. It's not Hispanic Heritage Month. That's in September. Come on, that was a test, y'all. Oh, my God, I have a lot to teach y'all this week. But never mind, we got a great show for y'all tonight, so let's get into the headlines. Okay, let's kick things off with Donald Trump. That's right. The man's so bad at sex, he pays people not to talk about it. Yep. We're still all waiting for the cops to arrest him for lying about his affair with a porn star, but until then, he's continuing his presidential campaign and staying focused on the important issues, like lying about his affair with a porn star.
Former President Trump used his first official campaign rally in Waco, Texas, to denounce the legal threats against him.
People see it's bullshit, and they go and they say, it's unfair. The District Attorney of New York, under the auspices and direction of the Department of Injustice in Washington, D.C., was investigating me for something that is not a crime, not a misdemeanor, not an affair. I never liked horseface. It's just not. It's a terrible thing. That wouldn't be the one. There is no one. We have a great First Lady.
Wow. Nice save, bro. You could actually see his brain try to turn the car around that his mouth was driving. I didn't have an affair, and I've never had an affair, and I actually never had sex. Did you know that? I'm a virgin, and the best and biggest virgin ever. By the way, I do the worst Trump impersonation in the world. I suck at doing Trump. But yeah, over the weekend, Trump kicked off his 2024 campaign in Waco, Texas. I love that Trump's running for office and from the law at the same time. How great is that? He's going to be the first presidential candidate who's going to be giving speeches from his getaway car. Oh, yeah. My fellow Americans, we got to lower inflation. We got to get a handle on China. And most importantly, we have to crack down on crime. You'll never take me alive, you pigs. Yeah, I think my Trump impersonation is getting better, don't you? Yeah. You're just being nice, I know. I love you. All right, let's move on to international news. 2 weeks ago, the French government raised the retirement age from 62 to 64, setting off a wave of sometimes violent protests. And while the protests definitely focus attention on the issue, at this point, they've been going on for so long that they've become part of the, how do you say, the ambiance?
Take a look at this viral video from France. Diners in the city of Bordeaux unfazed by demonstrators protesting against recent changes to the retirement age. Even with a raging fire nearby, these people are still managing to enjoy their wine and conversation at an outdoor cafe.
Man, these people are so chill. I won't even sit next to the bathroom in a restaurant like that. And they're getting a table next to a riot. But hey, the French aren't going to let a little fire get in the way of having an affair with another man's wife. Yeah, but what, you're French and you're offended? Give me. Ah, putain, dégueulasse, bordel. But I guess I'm not surprised. If you want to scare the French, you got to do something really terrible, like put wine in a box. What is this? Hospice? I said horse, not whores, okay, just in case. Yeah, I'm not getting canceled because of y'all. All right, the only unacceptable seat in a French cafe is sitting next to American tourists. I demand another table. They ordered Californian Beaujolais. I'd rather sit in the fire. You know, I hope that couple's not on their first date because that's going to be hard to top. Imagine in 5 years she's going to be like, you never take me to violent protests anymore. All right, now let's move on to another story. When I first started talking with people about guest hosting The Daily Show, I said, you know, what I really want to do is spotlight some great Latinos in American society. And I think, thank you. Yeah. Because I think it's so important to use my position to uplift la raza, you know. So let's spin the wheel and see who our first subject is going to be. Wow. Yeah. No, it's well, yeah. George Santos, God help me. Well, you know what? To be fair, we can't really take blame for this guy because we don't even know if he's really Latino or not. Okay? All right, so what do you do now?
Congressman George Santos struck a deal with prosecutors in Brazil to settle a charge that he defrauded a shop clerk out of $1,300 worth of clothing and shoes. Under the deal, Santos will formally confess to the 2008 crime and pay damages to the victim. A lawyer for Santos requested the deal in lieu of a trial, arguing that Santos is now gainfully employed and re-socialized. Those are his words. In 2010, the congressman told police that he wrote bad checks from a checkbook that he stole from an elderly man who his mother was caring for in order to purchase the items.
Wow. Wow, what a gigantic ass. Which I know Brazilians are usually into, but not like this. Oh, that offends you? Come on. In a way, you have to respect Santos, though. A lot of Republicans just want to end Social Security, but Santos has the balls to take an old man's wallet directly from his pocket. He actually stole from an elderly man his mother was caring for. And that's on top of stealing from a homeless veteran's dying dog. Is there no bottom? Is there nothing too low for this guy? George Santos sees a Make-A-Wish kit and he says, oh, that's a jackpot. And finally, let's check in on Florida, because you know they're at it again. Oh, yeah. Last week, a principal was forced to resign after parents complained that a 6th grade teacher showed a pornographic photo of Michelangelo's David. And I know you're saying to yourselves, how is this controversial? It's Michelangelo, for crying out loud. But this is Florida. And Floridian parents there are like, I don't care which Ninja Turtle carved it. You guys are sharp. You guys are sharp. Do you know how backward you seem when people in the 1500s seem more progressive than you? Medieval people's idea of medicine was drilling a hole in your skull and pumping it full of mercury. And Floridians are going, these guys are just too sophisticated for us, you know? And if the David is a problem, they're really going to have a problem with the Venus de Milo. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Not because of the breast, but because if you know your art history, she originally had 2 dicks for arms. Obviously, you people are art historians. Look, and if they're going to ban any biblical figure, it should really clearly be Jesus. I mean, look at him in that boy pose, hanging on the cross. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Excuse me 1 minute, please. Oh, bless me, Father, for I have sinned. I called Jesus a boy. I know I'm going to rot in hell, but the writers made me do it. I swear it was the writers. All right, for more on this story, we go live to Florence, Italy, where Ronny Chieng is standing in front of the statue of David. Buongiorno, John. Yes, I'm in Italy.
in front of David, who, from the looks of things, just got out of a cold shower. I mean, I knew people in the past were smaller, but goddamn, I mean, even if you adjust his penis for inflation, it's still a little underwhelming, all right? I mean, look at that. His balls are longer than his dick. I've never seen a guy that can titty himself with his own nuts.
Ronnie, come on. Come on, man. We're here to talk about education, not body shame a biblical figure.
Oh, okay. All right. You're telling me this isn't small? Come on, man.
I don't know. I thought that was pretty big. All right, medium at least.
Oh, yeah, John. This is medium, yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is why they invented the telescope during the Renaissance, so they could see this dude's dick.
Ronnie, this is one of the most iconic works of all time. It's the Michael Jordan of nudes. Everyone thinks it's great.
Yeah, of course, because every guy who sees it is thinking, oh, thank God. I guess I'm not doing too bad. I mean, this statue is a huge confidence booster.
Bruh, you gotta stop focusing on the dick. Come on. Don't you think it's messed up that you can't even show a statue in Florida schools now?
No, it's why Florida rocks.
What?
They refuse to be cultured in any way. Right? Books, banned. Renaissance art, banned. Reruns of Queer Eye, banned. Basically, if you can't shoot it or drive a monster truck over it, Florida thinks it's gay and therefore banned.
Don't you think this is bad for the kids? I mean, they've lost their great opportunity to be inspired by art.
Are you kidding me, John? Florida kids have the greatest opportunity right now. If your school board is so stupid that they think the statue of David is pornographic, you can convince them anything is inappropriate. Yo, Florida kids, tell your parents that algebra is too woke, all right? Hey, Mom, this number also identifies as a letter? Or should I also identify as a letter? It's the same with chemistry. Just tell your parents you found out that oxygen is made out of the same atoms bonded together. So every time you breathe, it's gay. Chemistry banned.
Ronnie, hold on. That's gonna backfire on those kids. Come on, they're not gonna graduate without knowing anything.
Oh, they won't know anything? Oh, don't worry. They can always get a job on a Florida school board.
Thank you. Ronny Chieng, everybody.